Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Millennial Chronicles. So if you watched our last video, I spoke about age and relationship. Can you date a guy that you're obviously older than by maybe months, a year, 2 years, up to 5 years, even 10 years? Anyways, on today's episode, we'll be talking about something different. Still related to relationship and marriage. So something interesting happened sometimes, I think in April or May. My husband and I paid a married friend of ours visits at their home, and we do this often with our close couple friends. So we try to keep friends with married people that are at about our age, people that we got married about the same time, under a year, 2 years, and then we also have like older couples who are mentors to us. But we have this friendship with close age range people, just so that we can share experiences, and pray for our homes, our marriage, and all of that. Anyways, to the main gist. So we visited them and we had prayed, we had eating, and then we're just doing catch up, just gisting and everything. And then the couple mentioned that they take turns to do the dishes in their own home, right? In my own home, I do most of the dishes. My husband doesn't even really like washing plates, so I do most of the dishes. So when I heard that, to be honest, I thought I was going to have a conversation with my husband that, I think we can adopt this style, take turns in washing plates. But so something happened. We got back home. I don't even recall if we had a conversation about it, but the week passed. But at the end of the week, my husband said that he noticed that throughout this week I did not wash plates. And to be honest, unconsciously, I don't, like, maybe that happened unconsciously, that happened unconsciously, but I do not remember, like, it wasn't an intentional act, right? And it's good to rub minds with married couples. It's very good, but the point of it is not that you take everything and adopt in your home. The point of it is that you learn from them, you share your own experience as well, and then you have a conversation with your own partner, because you cannot, even when counselors advise you, you need to understand the dynamics of your own marriage, right? For you to know what works. You cannot just go and copy and paste what's happening in everybody's home and then you want to replicate in your own home, right? So it was at that point he mentioned, I realized that, oops, I probably had, taken that to heart, and I didn't even have a conversation with him about it, right? So on today's episode, we'll actually be talking about comparison in marriage, comparison among couples, like not with husband and, like, not comparison between you and your spouse, but with other couples, other marriages. There was one time someone posted something online, I think it was Pastor Aaron, right? How they visited a friend or something, and the friend was like, oh, in their own home, the husband does the laundry and all of that. And then when they got back to their own house, I think his wife wanted him to do the same, and it became an issue. So the thing is, what I realized is that there are other things that your spouse is doing for you in your own home, right? But because you've mirrored another person's marriage, you even ignore the good things that they do for you, and you start wanting them to do the other things that you're seeing in other people's home. People are very different. The nature of your job is different. Everybody's strength and weakness is different, right? Someone else might be good at cooking, right? It might be your husband that is good at cooking, or it might even be the wife that enjoys cooking. And then she's like, okay, in my own home, I would cook because I enjoy cooking and I like doing it. And your husband might be doing something else. But because in someone else's home, you've seen that it's the husband that does most of the cooking, and then you come home and then you start fighting your husband, or you start fighting your spouse or your partner that, oh, this is what they have to do, that they must do it. And I think that it's actually a thing, it's a big deal, and it causes major issues in marriages when you see what's happening in somebody else's home, or you see maybe, oh, the husband bought this for their spouse. Do you know, many times, right, some people, like, they bought that particular thing with their own money, but they go out to say that it's their spouse that bought it for them. Or I've been in a situation where I think it was at work, and then the shoe I was wearing, I actually bought it with my own money. But the person came and was teasing and, you know, praising my husband, that my husband is taking care of it, that he's sure that it's my husband that bought that shoe for me. At that point, I wasn't going to say, oh, no, it's not him, it's my money. I bought it with my money, or I bought it myself. Like, it wasn't a needed information, because the person was just teasing me and I didn't need to tell him that much details, right? And there was another person there, another married couple. So maybe that person could have felt, oh, now wow, it's her husband that bought it for her, and then the person will probably go and film and at her own husband when she gets home and start quarreling and everything. Because in that particular moment, I did not lie, because the person did not ask me a question. The person had assumed, and it was just teasing. It wasn't a serious conversation where I needed to say, oh no, I bought it with my own money. So there are instances like that. There are instances where women also like blatantly lie for reasons best known to them. Sometimes they want to cover up their husband, they want to make their spouses look good, right? Different reasons why people do different things. But the bottom line is, even if it were true that is their spouse that got that for them, or is their spouse that did it for them, don't go back home and make it a point of contact in your home and then you start causing fights. If you see something in someone else's marriage that you like to replicate, wisdom is applicable. Like, you need to use wisdom to have a conversation that, oh, I think this thing work for these people. Given our own marriage dynamics too, I think it can work as well. Like, it will not be an issue, babe. Can we try it out? Right? Like, because there are different things you will learn from people, especially people that are within your age range. You will learn a whole lot, because we are young. You know, we have a lot of these conversations with, you know, other married people. We want to know, oh, like, sometimes you also want to know if some problems are peculiar to you, like maybe the things that cause arguments, the things that, you know, causes like issues or rifts in the home. You want to know, is it just peculiar to me because we are young couples, or because we are newly wed, or like is this just a you problem, right? So it's important that you don't just take, and because a lot of times this information like would sink into your head unconsciously. Like, you don't know that in your head you're already, because a lot of time before you even have the conversation, you've made the comparison in your head, right? So before you know it, your partner will just realize, why are you complaining? I don't used to do this thing before. What has suddenly changed? Why do you need me to do it now? And it's because, oh, you saw this person do it. Or maybe your husband, like my husband barely opens the car door for me. It's not a big deal for me. I don't see it as a big deal, right? But there are other things it does for me, and I really like it. Like, I like when it helps me to, you know, buckle my shoe. Like, it does that literally every time without complaining. It doesn't have an issue to do it, right? For some people, I don't know, maybe they don't do it, maybe it's not their thing and they've not made it their thing, but because you've seen someone else do it, even if it's a lovely gesture and you would like for your partner to replicate it, you will tell them something. There's some things you also teach people. Like, there's something that I feel like I like my husband to do, and I actually told him, and then he is starting to do it. Same thing, you know, like, you teach people and you give them time to catch up with, you know, good habits that you need them to do. But as much as possible, don't, even if you want to make a change in your home, my whole point is, make sure it's from a place of love. Make sure it's from a place of, oh, this thing would work for my home and will benefit my home. Don't just constantly pitch your partner against another person's marriage just because maybe you're obsessed with that person's marriage, or you just want a replica of what's happening in their own home. Or it could even be a subtle form of envy. You know, sometimes there could be this very subtle form of envy and jealousy that makes you want to copy someone else, like copy and paste. You just want to replicate everything they say, and it's not from a place of, this thing, my marriage needs it, or it will work in my home. To be honest, I enjoy doing the dishes, right? But when I heard from someone else that, oh, they split that particular responsibility, and I'm like, maybe subconsciously I'm like, I mean, we might as well try this out. But there are other dynamics to it as well. My husband, you know, enjoys cooking, and he cooks, you know, just as much as I cook, maybe sometimes more than I cook as well. I mean, that might not be the case in someone else's marriage. So now I've forgotten that good part that he does for our home, and then I'm making an issue out of who does the dishes, or, you know, who, like, do you understand? So the peculiarity of each marriage makes would help guide the choices you people make, the decisions you make, what you want to lift from someone else's marriage? Or am I overthinking it? I don't think so, but anyways, that's my own thoughts. I would like to hear you guys thoughts. How does it work? Do you like always just want to pick things from everyone's marriage and, you know, just imbibe in your marriage, or you think that, you know, you should tread with caution so that you don't make mistakes, because some things might not even be realistic for your home, the timing to do it might not be possible, and I mean, these roles keep changing per time. You might be the one doing the dishes now, and then a few months, few years, and like might be the next person, because, you know, your responsibility has changed, you have more to do, you know, a lot of things, right? So I just want to know what you guys think about it. But anyways, that's what I thought that we should gist about today. So see you in the next episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share. Bye.
Actually, very good gist.